the music really, it really touched me.
No, we can use the chairman Tom now. Chairman Mao is here, so I mean, let's cut it off for now. I beg you.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Now the problem with that thing about the CDC, the American submit. Welcome, Emmanuel.
Thank you. I don't know what I'm audible.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you. My apology for running in late.
No problem.
You know, the issue of the ban has so many effects on all of us.
Did you do that intentionally just to come here and begin a conversation with the motorbike issue?
I started my.
You could have woken up by maybe 5 o'clock and started joining if you live far.
You know, I was one of those first persons that would go to school when I was in secondary school. When I was in tertiary education at the university, I'll be one of those first persons that will be in class and the professor will come and meet me in class. So the same. So this is the tour the ban have taken on all of us. So it's not just affecting motorcyclists, it's also affecting some of us who get on keke very fast, get on motorbike very fast when there is traffic congestions and all of those things. So from a broader perspective, if do the analysis, there are a lot of young students, secondary students who are going to school very late. You can do your analysis. Those are the professors.
We are noted of adjusting quickly in Liberia. So this is a situation that people are saying that the CDC should not, tap into the motorcycle situation and just to make herself feel relevant because from some observation is observed you infiltrated the protest yesterday. You had the CDC COP there. In fact, the chairman, nurtured these guys throughout the night, like basically they're going for debate or quizzing just for them to come.
You don't adjust to draconian policy. You don't adjust to draconian laws.
The COVID-19 made us do that.
But it's not draconian. It was not.
Those are draconian measures. Draconian measures put in place.
What do you mean?
Draconian measures put in place. Don't shake your brother's hand. Don't hug your friend.
The country was
don't gather in numbers.
Pandemic is an emergency situation. What emergency situation motorcyclists pose to the country?
Their instant reaction to burning of vehicles and attacking people when there's an accident.
What's the evidence? You don't have evidence. There's no evidence to be pointed to. Motorcyclists are peaceful people. These people are looking for their daily bread. On what basics did the foundation of the ban exist? On what basics? You say you want to formalize the sector. You say you want to allow those motorcyclists pay $250 Do you know what it means to have $250 United States dollars? You say they should pay it. They bought safety gear, helmet, and so forth. Their backs are insured. They bought plates. They bought lessons. All of those things. Where did they get the money from? Some of them even credit the money. They drive their backs. They pay susu. They have the funding, they send their children to school, and so forth. So when you refuse for them to plot at major economic zones that they will be able to get their money back, it becomes a problem. But that's what
there can be a conversation. That's why when the government, CDC don't have to buy this case like your personal case.
Their concerns are genuine concerns. The government, and that's what the Youth League has, is one of the Youth League counts. That's what the Youth League says. The government must unconditionally remove the ban. Because it makes no sense. In fact, okay, let's assume you say, okay, we're gonna have a ban. On what foundation the ban exists? You say there was a situation of fatality between truck driver and motorcyclist. Did you investigate? You, Mattia, you're a journalist. Do you have any information surrounding any investigation that places motorcyclists at the disadvantage? Or motorcyclists were the one that caused the situation that happened? And that's what the Youth League says. It's one of our demands. The Youth League says the government must design a regulation that truck drivers will follow. You can drive with your car and you have the big truck all over the place. There are a lot of different situations and circumstances when you're traveling. In the daytime, trucks are in the streets. Major streets. Trucks are in the streets.
So
there's in a decent country,
but you allow that for 6 years. You have no regulation on truck drivers.
So why did they change the regime? Why did the people voted you? Why were you voted?
Why were you voted?
No, right thing. No. You have a different that you have. So you see, we'll
have a conversation.
There's no time.
Let me get my question. So you are confirming here that the people voted you out because you were not meeting up.
No. The people voted us out because the Unity Party cook lies. They distributed lies among the people that they were the sophisticated ones. They have all of the solutions to the problems of the people. They will bring unemployment down. They will bring corruption down. They will increase investment. They will increase infrastructure development. We haven't seen anything. We haven't seen absolutely anything. And that's what we're saying, that this government lacks the macro foundation of understanding what it means to govern. And that's why the president will sit where he's seated and just come up with any pronouncement. And when you guys were saying about Mr. Baka saying, "Oh, okay, there's no conversation surrounding 2029 and public officials should work diligently," those are flimsy statements that lacks the foundation of energy to effectuate good policies.
Why so?
Because it's not serious. There's the same man who told you on the radio that there will be no car stuck in the mud in 100 days. This is the same person who said, I mean, in the eyes, in the presence of him, you see the situation of 20 million plus allegedly squandered by the Ministry of Public Works.
I like the way you put it, allegedly.
You know, but Chief, you have to give me some time. There's no time. I'm running into. But
it's not a personal, it's a conversation, right?
It is a conversation. So, as much as possible, let the message go out there. It's been a while. I just have to interject that. I hope the $20 million you talk about, the $20 million you talk about, the Ministry of Public Works provided information that he used $8.5 million. You are still parading with the information that the ministry used $20 million. No. So the minister went to the legislature and he was even apologizing to the legislature. You don't steal money, or money don't get into Safuni or Funari situation, and then you say, "Oh, you apologize." Okay,
let's get back to the account.
Accounting was very good. Right. Those are the conversation, and
so
that's what we're saying.
Count is lift up the ban on motorcyclists effective immediately.
So Matthias, before he Mr. Johnson continue. Mr. Johnson, the motorcyclists might have a very genuine call, but don't you think the president of CDC is something that's politicizing their call?
No, absolutely no. The CDC, like we said, we came from Grand Bassa County. We support any decisions that intend to have strict actions to compel the government to live up to the day of the rules of the game. The government has been very recalcitrant. The government have been very indecisive. They have not been following the rule of law. The government is a monster government. Mr. Bwaka has no listening ears, and that's the real foundation. And trust me, we have no regret. We are not manipulating, or we are not involved with the motorcycle protests. We are not involved.
Was there a policy? Was there a policy crafted by CDC that the motorcycle benefited from for the last 6 years, for which the Unity Party now want to destroy, that you guys are coming in their interest? Was there a policy?
You see, the CDC is the bastions of hope for the struggling masses. So the CDC will be always the reflections. We have market women who are members of the CDC. We have motorcyclists who are members of the CDC. We have, from the lengths and fabrics of our country.
We also have motorcyclists that are Unity Partizan.
Obvious. So that is the point. So not only that this ban is affecting seditions and Unity Partisans and Liberty Party and on the rest of the other party, all of the party have realized that the government is not on course. It's not on course. Students are also being affected. Sooner and later, you will see high school students taking onto the streets because they are going to school very late.
Engineer by you?
No, please.
But some of the motorcyclists that were seen protesting yesterday, they are accusing their president, that is Mr. Kayan, of being a Unity Partisan, for which he disassociated himself with protest.
Is he not a Unity Partisan? Of course he is. Of course he's employed with the National Port Authority. Of course he's one of the directors of the National Port Authority. Of course he received funding to undermine the protest yesterday, and that's what we are here to commend.
I would not say
young men who took onto the street demanding the unconditional lift.
But let me bring this.
We are here to support these young brothers. Their cause are genuine cause, and trust me. And people say, "Oh, okay, the CDC was involved," and then the people came and SYZ and so forth. Oh, trust me, when the Youth League decide and agreed to stage a massive street actions, the government will collapse. They lack the capacity to contain the number that we have, and that's across the 15 political Coming.
That's why I asked you yesterday. Are you people going to exhibit hooliganism? Because if you say the government is incapacitated to contain the youth league, a youth league of a political organization should be an organized group of people. They come out, they stand somewhere, and they read their petition.
The youth league has,
except you tell me that you're going to be blocking streets, you're going to be blocking, preventing the movement of other people.
The foundation of educational capacity, the youth league has it far better than those in government. Even Mr. Bwaga, I earned a master's degree from one of the world best university. Okay, I'm recognized. So Joseph Bwaga have of course I'm educated in Mr. Bwaga. Of course I'm educated in him. So
what is the connection?
The connection is we are sensitive people. We respect the rule of law. We believe in the rule of law. Mr. Bwaga from day one have violated the rule of law, and that's why we must compare him. We must compare him to respect the rule of law. This man presides over a country with two different speakers. This man presides over a country where people stealing everywhere. Mo Ali is a member of his party that you are aware of. He said he dug a borehole for 250,000 just for 2 little pond faucet. Just for 2 little faucet in Bapolu. 250,000. And you sit here, and there's no investigation surrounding that. There's no investigation surrounding that because Mr. Bwaga believed that his people should steal. He said on the radio. He said it. He said, "You can go ahead and steal, and you bless the people."
Mr. Johnson, one other count. Let's move on. We can dwell on the motorcyclist thing all day. One of the other counts you have here is that you're asking the government to act on all other reports lying in dust.
In the dust, and that's
and what is prompting this call?
Well, the government has been reluctant because they are aware that major individuals, high-profile individuals in the circle of the Unity Party, are involved into alleged corruption. The audit report, GSA audit report, the issue of the NTA. I mean, not NTA, but the Telecommunication Authority, a deputy boss. Those guys are involved into the issue of pillaging state resources. He was suspended by the former president, His Excellency President George Weah. Mr. Bwaga met him where he is as head of the Telecommunication Authority. So there are a lot in other more of plantorials of audit reports. I come in 1 second.
Right.
That connects the Unity Party high-profile individuals, and Mr. Bwaga does not believe in the fight against corruption.
You call for the.
He does not believe in the fight against corruption.
You are calling for the government to act on other reports, but at the same time, you have issue with the government taking action against former government officials, Simon Toure.
We do not have it has to be a genuine call. It has to be a holistic call. It has to be an open call. We said all audit.
The prosecution.
No, we said, see, listen. The
prosecution of former finance minister.
If someone sits currently at the Telecommunication Authority who is corrupt and still serving and still stealing state resources, you don't really understand. There's tons of government funding, public funding, state resources that flies across this country. That flies from one government ministry to another. The Bwaga has the largest government in the country of funding. You don't know that? He appointed so many people. The office, when you go to government public offices, seriously congested.
More than the chief.
Of course he did. We don't believe in big size government. It's a policy. His policy is to have a big government, to have more people in the government. That's not how you develop the country.
I don't like. That's not how you develop the country. You just develop the country like that.
You don't develop the country by exploiting everybody in government.
Just provide us data. When you say this government is more populated than your government, tell us what is the employment rate of this government, your employment rate.
Chief, the Unity Party has a zero employment rate. I do not have data. You've been seeing the executive management website. You've been seeing the tons of lists. Some people don't even have a specified role as we speak. President Bwaga, Mr. Bwaga is keep putting names out.
Give us an example.
I come in 1 second. He keeps putting names out. A lot of other names. I'm speaking. But
I'm not providing facts. I'm not saying that this man has
I'm not just making statement.
There
are a lot of people who have been appointed by Mr. Bwaga up to president. They don't even have office. Chief. I'm saying there's no.
You still have not given us data.
There's no office space for them.
What's the fact?
Wait, there's no office. You see, when you have a lot of people in government, especially one sector, you don't have the efficiency that requires, because a lot of people doing single job. There's there's limitation in efficiency, and government. That's not how government should operate. That's not how government should run. You be able to invest in the private sector, create jobs for the people. That's what we expect the government, who believes that they have all of the ingenuity, all of the capacity to run a responsible government.
That's what hire more people than
that's what the code. No, is that hire more people in government? Yeah, of course. So that's not how
you still have not given us data.
Is this a tactic to tie the Unity Party to that of the action of CDC that were accused of payroll paddling?
Well, you cannot keep saying things that have no facts.
But you say accused.
No, facts. Nobody
accused
who did that.
The public, the symbol.
Who did that?
You are now in opposition.
Who did that? The Unity Party, and that's why you have to understand. A lot of people who even have been appointed Mr. Bwaka do not receive salary. Sooner or later, a lot of people
what exactly is your concern? Because I see you that you are here and there. Yeah, in the issues that you're discussing.
Yeah,
what are your points? Because if you say Bwaka, somebody put here appointed, they're not being paid without her complaints from these people.
Because these people are.
What is your concern? What is your concern about that?
My concern is Mr. Bwaka has not been running the country on a perfect trajectory. He hasn't been running the country on a perfect trajectory. The government is now a responsible government. A responsible government must know how they appoint, who they appoint, the verification of those they appoint, the credentials of those they appoint, the efficiency of those they appoint, to have a responsible country. Things are running amok. The country is in chaos. And that's why you see police is in battle with AFL soldiers, and we are heading nowhere. We want those who believe, those who said it. Oh, Mr. Bwaka can rule. Mr. Bwaka understands government. He has been 40 years in government. He has the capacity to rule. It's not for nothing that he's just, a tertiary graduate. He just have a BSc degree.
You don't have to be condescending.
He's not doing some issues. He's not doing what he's supposed to do. He's not living up to the expectation of the Liberian people. And that's what they usually say, sooner or later, Chief. We are not interested in having all of these pocket-sized conversations. We are interested in
you don't want dialogue.
Street actions.
You want to go in the street.
Of course we want to go in the street. Of course we will go in the street. Of course the government lack the capacity to.
And you're going to shut down the government when you hit the street.
We will do that. We will do that unequivocally. We will do that with our stupors. We will do that with our regret, because this government is insensitive. This government does not respect the will of the people. This government has prioritized what Mr. Bwaka, what he wants. And that's why he sits wherever he is. He said the speaker should be removed, and the speaker currently experiencing situation at the Capitol building.
Another point you have here is that you're asking the police to remove all what you term as all illegal checkpoints in city limits and its presence in a countryside. What do you consider illegal checkpoint? You're not a security person. How do you know that this checkpoint is illegal or legal?
How do you feel when you enter in the country of uninterrupted peace, and then you see every few miles travel, you see checkpoints, and not even decent checkpoint, but rope. People tie rope on old cloth and stopping you from commuting from one place to another. How do you feel? For me, I don't feel okay. I don't feel that we are living in a. So it doesn't make sense. So
without understanding the security background in that action, you just conclude that they are illegal checkpoints.
What is the risk?
Have you had conversation with
our country is not a risk. Our country is not a risk. There's no terrorists in our country. Our country should be peaceful. It's our expectation that our country should be peaceful. So we want the government to remove all of those illegal checkpoints. And the basis of these checkpoints, you have police. Recently, you saw a lot of money in black plastic and the crook of a inspector general, a criminal, a world-renowned terrorist, a man who is involved into.
Mr. Johnson, let me hold you a little bit. I mean, in as much as you will come on the platform to sit down, I know. Just a moment. I know that you people.
There's evidence.
Just a moment.
There's evidence.
You're not listening, Mr. Johnson. The political side
is involved in supporting armed robbers in this country. There's an evidence of those things. There's an evidence that Greg is involved in brutalizing peaceful citizens.
They accuse the policeman of being
the police inspector general does not respect the rule of law. That's what the police force that should be expected. Excuse me. The police that should be respected in the community. The police that should regulate the activity protects
let's
life and property. The police is involved in destroying or taking life and property.
Okay. Let's hear you, Emmanuel. We're going to get to the public and have a conversation, but before that, let's take a break and be right back.
After love now, you make my heart worry like a killer. My people let me talk. If I go back to my ex, let me then know. But she took my love for granted. Treat me like that, letting her missing. Letting me to my ex, don't fire you. You made me spend my time on you, and you tell me, say, you promised to stick on to the end. But you leave me hanging, don't fire you, don't fire you. And you tell me, say, my child will be calling. All our hospital will be okay. We pray your heart run away.
All right, welcome back to the program Sky Morning Live on Sky 107.1. We have 15 minutes to go. The chairman of the Youth League of the Mighty Congress for Democratic Change is kind of fiery, and we hope that we can just keep the conversation civil. You refer to the checkpoints as illegal, but there's another thing you talk about in one of your accounts. You said the police should release the illegal possession of 700 bags in LFP custody because they are not, the rightful owners. I mean, you adding legal words to your demands as if you've done all of your investigation, all of that. When you say illegal possession, the police is responsible.
Possession of motorcyclists' bags? Why are they in possession?
What if the motorcyclists were involved into traffic violations? Why shouldn't they
traffic violation? 700 bags. Traffic violation is but
there's some of these people their bags are arrested. They do not go back there for them.
So
they sit down and become.
These are strategies by the police to sell these people back, these young people back, and that's what we
another accusation.
And that's what we're calling for, the unconditional release of these bags, because trust me, the government is not exhibiting the posture that it should exhibit. The government is pushing our country into war zone. It's
another one. How is that?
It's in fact because, trust me, and that's why we say remove all of those illegal checkpoints, because we don't want to be reminded of our 14-day civil unrest. If you take custody of young people bags, these are the bags that they use to live, to survive, to feed their family, to send their children to school, to pay their rent. A lot of other things that goes on.
Emmanuel,
so when you seize that bag, why are you seizing that bag? Because you say, there is a ban in special economic zone that they should not apply. They should apply those zones because they pay the requisite that they need to pay.
Mr. Johnson, are you taking into consideration public safety?
Public safety is one of the issues. So when you bring regulations, you're trying to contain public safety. What the regulation? You say wear helmets. Yes, you say wear helmet. So when you fall,
when you regulate
safety measure, that's safety measure.
There's no possibility of violating the regulations.
Chief, there is no policy. I went to policy school. There's no policy with our leakages. Okay, or some other words. So every policy that has been implemented, there is an area of that does not hold on to a cardinal foundation. It's simple.
What does that mean?
It means that if you institute a policy, there will always be mistakes along the way. There will always be
coming from home. There will always be implementers or those that should follow the policy.
And that's the word of market failure, right? Every policy have a market failure in the sense that you say, okay, doing this, there will be leakage, there will be mistakes along the way. So you review those policies and come up with very new measures. You say, okay, we want to protect life and property. You are a police officer or state security. And then you say, okay, we want to ensure that people are safe when they are traveling on bags. So what we'll do is that we'll ensure that you buy helmets. These are safety gears. You buy the helmet, you must be able to apply. But you buy the helmet, okay, we want to restrict people from coming into certain areas. So what we'll do is that we'll increase their responsibility. We'll say, okay, you know what? Let they buy insurance. Because they don't have money, they will not buy insurance and they will not come where they're supposed to come. So You say buy insurance, they buy the insurance. You say buy driver lesson, they buy the driver lesson. They are determined to make money to feed their family, to provide opportunity to send their children to school. So whatever you say, they do it. After doing all of those things, and then you come out, you say you ban it. Why are you banning them?
It seems the only issue that the CDC has at the moment, to attach itself to and somehow maintain some sort of political relevance is the issue of the motorcyclists. Because for the past 30 minutes you've been here, one of the major issues on your heart to address is the issue of the motorcyclists. Is it that these people are easily put into action and you people benefit from that? Is that why you keep you actually care so much?
When the Youth League agrees and prepared to come out to protest, I can assure you we don't need motorcyclists to protest. We have in the structure, we have almost 11,000 human beings in the structure of the Youth League. In the structure of the Youth League, if you take into consideration all of the 15 political subdivisions, we have active Youth League across the 15 political subdivisions of our country. When we say we want to protest, we'll protest not in Monserrato alone. We'll protest across the 15 political subdivisions. When we're protesting in Monserrato, Grand Bazaar will be protesting.
Okay.
So the police must be able to prepare to go Grand Bazaar, go Grand Jida, go Nima, go Bon, go Bapolu, across the country. So the police can continue us. So all we're saying is the issue surrounding the motorcycle, lift the ban out.
So Mr. Johnson, with the exception of this motorcycle issue, is there any other genuine call by the CDC to the Unity Party government? With the exception of this whole motorbike thing?
Yes, the regime should return the course of actions of governance. There's an issue of governance here. When we say issue of governance, there's a serious abuse of our laws in our country. We see the situation of Capitol Hill State exists. Situation of Capitol Hill State exists. The country still exists with two different speakers. You are here celebrating Kun go to JFK and say 20 million lip service and all of these things. In the end, we will not see it. People say things.
Let's see how that.
People say things. Because trust me, Chief. Announcement is not policy.
Imagine, Mr. Johnson, let's engage the public now. I'm very sure some of the folks there from the CDC or other political organizations, ordinary Liberians, are willing to participate.
Let's talk to this person. Good morning.
Yes. A pleasant good morning, you Big Brother Matthias Labendi, and good morning to the Liberian people.
Welcome, sir.
For the name and Ambassador Nina Divan CFO, political apostle, and I call for district number 16.
Go ahead, sir.
Big Brother, this morning, let me firstly and appreciate you this morning for putting on the platform and even for and allowing those guys to speak on the platform this morning. But what I want to say this morning is that it's baffling to see a regime killer yesterday, a guy who know nothing about politics, those guys who yesterday were those things that we criticized yesterday, they see it as a bad thing to them yesterday. All those things that those guys are criticizing against this government, yesterday those guys condemned it. But you see, don't begin it and don't begin it, bro. Let me real.
My man, don't refer to the men at the beginning, man. Don't refer to them at the beginning, men.
And people are Matthias, and you were see those guys that were using all sort of words against our Inspector General, even our president. Those guys, they are not saying so the way they are looking there, we will choose them.
No. I don't think we
let's leave that.
Mr. Bogasen,
so is it weird I sent you?
Good morning,
Is it former President weird I sent you? Let's hear from this person. Good morning,
Matthias.
Good morning.
And good morning to Marco Bayo and your guest.
Let's
I'm
hear
very hearing a call from Benson Street. Matthias, I expect your guest to speak the way he speaks. Matthias, you've been registered, you can buy a brand new car to register that car because of safety and security reasons. The police can stop you from putting that car on the road. I think you know better. Your guest you know better. They will come on this platform and be speaking of false and misinformation. He talks about the private sector. When Patel, the business community, crap on his government to credit only $20 million and will be paid by what? Interest in subsequent time. What did his government do you? That institute, my brother, what did your government do? You guys sit on that platform and speak about private sector.
Just mind your language.
Anyway, I'm sorry, Matthias.
No, you've not said anything bad. I'm just trying to caution you.
Yeah. I won't go that way. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for your contribution, my brother. Let's move on to the other person. Good morning. The numbers are 077.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my dear brother. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Welcome. Hello?
Thank you very much for the public. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I'm live. Go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Jimmy Wallo in a call from Rwanda, East Africa.
Go ahead from Rwanda.
Let me comment Chairman Neto for his brilliant presentation. Now, I want to comment on the issue of the fight against corruption. When we say the president fight against corruption is not holistic, evidence by the fact is the president sits in an office, side by side, where the chief of officer, Mr. Grisby, impersonated as Minister of State, but then he has not taken power, went to NASCO, took thousands of dollars. Up to now, that particular situation, the president has not spoken about it. The president is tabled on a particular issue. When we're talking about the president fight against corruption, is not holistic. We mean if the president sit in a building where Mamaka Bereti attempted to defraud the government of millions of dollars. When it comes to the issue of the yellow machine, the president sits there, he doesn't want to do anything. All we say the president fight against corruption is not holistic.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
All right. Thank you. Let's cross over to this next quarter. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. Where's anybody calling from?
My name is Abbas Kemoga, and I'm geographically situated in Carwell. You know, I love the way you're restricted me in the studio this morning. This station is now the playful station, and let the way you're kneeling on the wall. Thank you very much. Is Unity Party has not lasted.
They make a problem.
I don't think CDC should be the CDC is not the alternative now. Your farm different thing. You go make your farm, go do other things. You going to find something to do for the motorbike rider. You don't want to be creating confusion, creating noise. You talking about getting on the street? The interlude, that black company, your brother, your food, your misled. They want to sign or document. You're not even bring money. You want to get in the street? Your guy cabinet Janet for his seat. You know how you're talking about speaker who are already left the capital building. So what we're trying to tell you people here is, it's too soon, gentlemen. All that thing you're doing will not go nowhere. COP all in the
Thank you.
COP people riding motorbike now.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution on the program this morning. Let's
go on to the next person quickly. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. And let me say good morning to your studio guests. And this is because of Prince Kolake. You know, as a student of history and coming from a public speaking background, I was told that the speaker has greater impact on the message. The messenger has greater impact on the message. For a CDC, a former regime now, to come and speak on transparency, for God in heaven's sake, to come and even speak about the well-being of Sakolis. So you should be asking him, the 6 years they spent there, they could have built certain structure at their party headquarters. They said at K school. How many Sakolis were given opportunity, or who graduated there?
Okay.
So there was an opportunity to uplift. Speaking to you, and the national PRO, a national deputy PRO for M42. Let the people lead us. Let political party lead us. We are working behind closed doors to solve the issue. But for a CDC to have voice there, please don't escalate the whole thing. Be yourself, sitting in your party headquarters, enjoy what you stole yesterday, and leave us alone because you never.
Thank you so much, my brother. Let's join Chairman Neto. Mr. Girata said he does not deserve to be called Mao Zedong on Neto. But you, with the time now, let's give you at least 1 minute 30 seconds to wrap up and conclude, sir.
Yeah, we want to say thanks to the brothers who called and those who disagreed, those who agreed. It's the order of the Discord. We believe our only desire is to ensure that Mr. Bwaga ruled justly. The young people who ride motorcycles, they are not less human. They are human beings like Mr. Bwaga, who sits in the executive mansion. He should not continue his draconian policy. The youth is calling for the unconditional lift of the ban on motorcyclists plying major streets in our country. We are aware that information on our domain suggests that Mr. Bwaga has overused state resources. His travel, the whole issues around his budget for travel has has inflicted is more than the regular ones in the budget. The government keeps giving Mr. Braga money beyond the treasury of the budget to travel, and we challenge the government to deny that. Mr. Braga is traveling all over the place using state resources. It's not bringing anything back. The last time we checked, USAID are trying to withdraw support from the government. We also heard that the Ministry of Finance said over 51 million will be stopped for coming to the government. So the government wins are clips. The government wins are clips. Or the government wins clips, and in the conditions where she cannot be able to do anything, and she keeps appointing people into government to settle political scores. Mr. Braga says people should not think about 2029, but the process of putting everybody in government is to satisfy 2029, and that's what he's doing. And that's why Mr. Koo is moving from one place to another. Or Safuni and Funari state resources. The police is not control. Our homes, our communities are in chaos. Police should be a force of good. Police should be in the community having conversation with the people. Why are the police involved into chaos, fights all over the place?
Okay.
So the police, and I think I will support those who even want to call for the resignation of the police inspector general. Thank you for the opportunity.
Maybe the CDC Youth League has personal issue against the Inspector General, but I don't know whether it's appropriate now to call for his vaccination. But that's it for today's edition of the program, Sky Morning Live on Sky 107.1. We'll be here again tomorrow with another fascinating edition of the program, Sky Morning Live. My name is Matthias Labine. I've been here with my colleague, Mark Bayo. Join us again tomorrow and Thursday up to Friday.